Alrighty, are we live? Yes, we are. Oh my gosh, I'm sitting here looking at Jeremy and his DiceCon shirt, and I'm looking at mine, and we're representing. But Jeremy's got a lot to talk about because one of us played a lot of craps this week, and one of us didn't. And we're going to talk to the one who did right now.
Welcome to the Color Up Podcast. Whether you're a seasoned player or a beginner eager to step up to the table, this is your lucky podcast that's all about the thrill and strategy of the casino world. I'm your host, Jeremy. With me is Jim the Professor. Let's get rolling. Well, we are back at it. I took a week off.
Yes, you did.
I happened to be busy. Hello, Naomi. I was in a different city, and as you mentioned,
different state.
I was playing craps, so that's what I was busy doing technically last Sunday I was traveling, but
you didn't get until like midnight or something, right? Or
no,
it was midnight Vegas time.
I left midnight Vegas time, and I flew to Dallas, and then all the flights were kind of busy. Spring break, I guess.
Yeah.
But eventually I made it to New Orleans, and then I drove to Biloxi. So I eventually got there and then had to take a nap Sunday night. So.
Hey. No, that sounds like a good plan. So you got the rental car. Did your traveling companion, the one who hooked you up at the Beau Rivage, did he meet you in New Orleans or did he meet you?
He met me in Biloxi. So she was referring to my brother. Came down. I used his comps to stay at Harrah's Casino.
Oh, you were at Harrah's. I thought you were going to Biloxi.
I was. So I was going to. Yeah. So that was the plan. Is I was going to meet him and stay at the Beau Rivage with him. Mm-hmm. His wife ended up coming. So him and his wife stayed at the Beau Rivage because we were going to share rooms together.
Okay.
And so when his wife was coming with him, then he kicked me out and sent me to...
Two's company, three's a crowd.
Yeah. Go. He goes, I get you a room at Harrah's. So which I, super appreciate. That was great. So that's where I stayed. Ended up at the Harrah's.
I've stayed at both of those, and I love them both. I knew Beau Rivage is the more quote unquote upscale of the two,
right?
But the casino's, probably twice as big, maybe more. But it's a lot of fun, and I did enjoy the pool over at Harrah's and stuff. I know it's kind of a cool time of the year. Was it hot or cold?
No. That we were there right when the cold front came through. So I think the day before it was like 75. The day we got there, it went to like 50 and 30 some at night.
Wow!
For like Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday was beautiful. It was still only like 50 some, but it was sunny and there was no wind. Mm-hmm. And then I think the day after I left, it went right back up to 70. Okay. So it was that cold front that went through the east that kind of
I hated
made it a little chilly.
Absolutely. Well, where do we want to start with all this talk of the meetup and for those who don't know, Jeremy has a little club in addition to his YouTube channel, and you can become a member. And then we have meetups from time to time, and our biggest one is obviously DiceCon, which is a club member only event, and that's in Vegas every summer. And then we also have meetups, regional meetups, and then every once in a while the Amplitude will come out, and Mr. Color Up himself will come out and raise the stakes. So that's what this one was.
Yeah, it was kind of my first one outside of Vegas. Well, because I've done one in
Denver.
Reno.
You did Denver.
Did I really? Oh, yeah, I did.
That was the first time I ever went anywhere to hook up with you guys.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know. You came to the Denver meetup?
Yeah, I've got a picture with me, you, Mark. Rudy's in there.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, I think that was my second, actually, Denver meetup then.
Oh, really? You had one before? You probably had one with Mark.
Anyway,
sorry.
Yeah, from time to time. Yeah, so DiceCon is the big one that we're on year 5 of, which everyone puts on their calendar and gets out there. Usually, nearly 100 people every time. And then we do, I've had, like you said, Denver, Blackhawk technically, but outside of Denver. And then I did one in Reno. And now this time I'm like, because everyone's asking me, hey, we got to get out to other parts of the country. So finally I just put on the calendar, hey, these are the dates. and we'll go Biloxi. Now, I did not know. My wife had kind of warned me. She goes, "Hey, that's spring break for a lot of the country." I'm like, in my head, she was giving it to me as a warning, but in my head, I was like, "Oh, that's the green light. That means, people will have time off and they'll be able to go." But what I didn't account for was everyone either already has plans or vacation, and like the airplane tickets skyrocket, the rental car tickets skyrocket, hotels. So, I mean, cost could have been a factor. But we still had a good group come out. There was a few that flew in, a couple that drove in. But yeah, so our first Biloxi meetup, and I'm not sure where the next one will be. People keep talking about Atlantic City. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, let me ask you about what did you think of Biloxi as a whole, the redneck Riviera, if you will. What's your impressions?
Okay, so I start off. You're taking the interstate in. I forget what it is, and you're going into Biloxi, and the off ramp
loops straight on down
over the beach. So you're kind of going over the beach. You see the water, you see the beach, and then you come back into Biloxi. So right off the bat, it's like, oh, okay. And then you start driving down the main drag, and there's like all these beautiful oak trees with the Spanish moss hanging from them. You see these, what are these, like colonial houses, mansions. Well, they're up on, they're usually raised up because of the floodwaters and stuff. But they're that kind of old, style of
Southern charm.
Yeah, Southern charm with the giant. Everyone has giant porches. So really a beautiful area, and then obviously the beach and the water. So yeah, very first impression. That was, as far as the town goes, it was very, very cool. Very cool spot. And I guess it's like on a little peninsula. It's not an island,
right?
And I don't know if that's all Biloxi or the actually main part of Biloxi is over the bridge and on the mainland.
I think that's.
I didn't even. Or that's it. That's all Biloxi is.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, there's more to it, but it goes inland, and there's a famous army base that's over there, a station, whatever you want to call it. In fact, they had a movie called Biloxi Blues about Neil Simon's time there during World War II, and had Matthew Broderick in it, and it was a really funny movie. Christopher Walken. Yeah, you ought to look it up.
I don't know who Neil Simon is, though. I mean, I know the actors portraying him, but Neil Simon, the singer?
No, the playwright. Neil Simon.
I'm so uneducated. I don't know.
I mean, I could Google it for you.
No, that's okay. Let's just move forward.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But yeah,
old man references.
And that beach is all man-made too, from what I understand. That big, long, giant beach was done. And what I heard the first casino down there was the Golden Nugget, I think.
Okay.
And then all the rest of them came on in. And pretty amazing. Within a mile or so, there's 10 casinos, maybe more. Yeah,
I have my list. I mean, I guess we can go through, but quite a few. And I think it's like maybe 2 miles. They're kind of spread out, like in a square. Like you could basically drive a square or an L and kind of hit them all up. And then the Golden Nugget, as you mentioned, has kind of like the premium spot because it's like on the corner of the waterfront. But they all have actually great locations. There's a couple on the back bay, and then the majority of them are out on the main kind of Gulf. But yeah, one thing I noticed, it's very like, I don't know how to describe it. If in some places, everything's like locked down. Like you can't access the beach. It's like, there's all these buildings right on the beach, and they have like secured parking, or you have to pay to get in this area, or everything's blocked off in here. And maybe it was different, and after Katrina this has changed, but it's just wide open. Like they have multiple like areas that you could just pull off,
right up to the beach. Yeah,
pull right onto the beach, or there's some piers, the parking lots. There's no charging of fees, no meters, nothing. It's just wide open. There's plenty of places like to walk through grass and different areas that are just right on the beach and a really enjoyable spot. So, it's just not like, all this stuff and like paid access to get anywhere close to the beach, where some places are like so jammed up on the beach. So that part of it, I really appreciated as well.
Yeah, I like that you could just walk down that sidewalk and felt safe. And there's on your left hand side, there's restaurants and places to go to, and then you can I just love the history of the whole place. There's an old building there that predates the country. Yeah, when the French were there first and all that stuff. I just love the whole thing down there. The whole vibe is just kind of chill. And then if you want to go play in the casinos, you can. But I don't feel like Vegas, I feel like the casinos kind of spill out into everything else where
Yes, it dominates the whole culture, right?
the culture where over there it's like, okay, you go play casinos over there, you bad boys, but over here it's still
Yeah.
normal land.
Right. Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it. So first impressions were very good. You stayed at Harrah's, and did you gamble down, or where'd y'all meet up, or take me through the itinerary on how the meetup went?
Well, when I announced it, I really said there's no itinerary. Kind of last minute, I did say, because I got to have somewhere to meet up. So we said our first meetup was, I think it's called like Shaggy's Beach Shack or something like that, which is
Okay.
essentially like a seafood restaurant, burger, seafood on the beach. I think we communicate through our community, and so we all met up before that, I think, anyway, playing first at, I got all my notes in front of me, Treasure Bay.
Treasure Bay, okay.
Treasure Bay is a little one. They gave us $5 craps table there, so we
Is
played
that the non-smoking one, or is that the IP?
No. The non-smoking is the Palace.
Palace, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that surprises me that, of course, it's down in the South, and they had old Virginia and North Carolina and those tobacco farms and all that stuff. But it just surprised me that is so ingrained on. I guess it's everywhere pretty much, except for the states where they ban them all. And we've talked about smoking in the casinos before, but that was one of the things that kind of surprised me when I went down there. I thought they would have been a little more protective of the people and the workers and stuff, but man, they're just like all
just
the other
just the one casino. Yeah. Duracell mentioned the craps friendly bets, which we'll get to. Certainly, they have some good rules there.
Yes, they do.
And then it says low table limits, which is it's actually it depends on where you're from, but it's not really the case. Low table limits, especially if you compare it to like Las Vegas, where there's a lot of $5 tables.
Very
Yeah,
low
and Biloxi, there was only one, and it was only part time when we kind of asked them, but everyone else had 10, and then there were a couple situations where like some of the Color Up Club guys approached the table, $10 table, and they go, "Oh, okay, you guys are all buying in. There's a group of you, $15 table," which is that happens. It's no big deal. But then they go, "Also, we're not grandfathering you in."
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So smartly enough, they go, "Okay, we'll just take our business elsewhere," and which I appreciated because there's no reason, especially in a place like that where you got neighboring casinos.
Yeah.
Why give them business whenever they're gonna kind of jerk your chain like that?
Mm-hmm.
So
And it's not like you're going on a Friday night, right? It was during
right,
the
exactly.
day.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. There's no one really there. There's a reason why I schedule it like that, so we don't have to. I get it. It's the weekend. They're going to raise the limits. That sort of thing. It's fine. It's fine. I get it. I have no issues with raising table limits and supply and demand. But on a Monday morning, 10 a.m. and you're going to approach or whatever and say, I don't know. But yeah, most everyone was $10 through the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
The Beau Rivage was $15, and then in the evenings they'd have a couple $25 tables. But yeah.
Good. And then what about the stadium craps scene? How was that?
There was only one, and we at the Boomtown Casino.
I've never been to the Boomtown. Tell me, where's the Boomtown at?
It is right next to IP.
Oh, so it's on that L as you're coming in the highway and before you loop around.
Yeah, it's on the back bay. It's on the north side.
Okay.
They have some table games, but they don't have a real craps table. So the only thing they have is the stadium craps.
How many stations or whatever?
There was 14.
Okay.
So at one point we got on and we all had a competition. It was like put in $40 and we had 40 minutes and see who walks away with, the biggest win. I think someone on like the very final shooter hit the ATS for $1, so won $30 and passed me up. So I think I finished in second or third. I don't know. It was second and third was very close. And then Ken. No, it wasn't Ken.
No, it was
Jeff.
Jeff. Yeah.
Jeff.
I saw
I came in first place. Okay, you saw a picture.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Jeff 10 Man said, I'd like to thank Jeremy for the trophy and the win at the Stadium Craps competition.
Yeah. So I think me in third place won about $30 or something, and he may have won like 50 or 60. I can't remember. But.
Wow, you guys are crushing it. 50 bucks.
Yeah, on a $3 table with 40 minutes.
It was only $3.
Yeah, $3. Yeah.
Oh, great.
$3.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
The funny thing about that is they stand there and they have a supervisor, and the dealer's not really a dealer, right? They just on Stadium Craps you just take the stick and drag the dice back. Well, I guess you enter the number. And then they have a whole nother person just standing there, bored out of their mind, I guess, is like supervising.
He's the pit boss.
Right. Not doing anything. But every once in a while, if it's a short roll and the dice didn't hit the wall, the dealer would say, like, hey, there's no roll. And so they would both have to, like the supervisor would have to put his key on the terminal, and the dealer would have to put their key on the terminal, like we're nuclear code situation, so they can click in no roll and no bet. So,
oh my gosh.
It was, whatever.
Yeah, make sure
so that was the situation over at the Boomtown. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Overall, nice casino though. Thought it was on par with the rest of them.
It's fine. It felt more like just a hall.
Kind of, yeah.
Like there's nothing. It's just kind of a big open room. What I didn't notice, I guess someone said that earlier the other half of it was raised up. So apparently this one was from the old days where it's on the water. Remember back when like there weren't allowed to be land-based casinos, so everyone were technically riverboats. Yeah. So I guess earlier in the week that the water was raised, and so there's like this ramp between the kind of two main rooms. And he's like, he goes, did you notice last night it was way up and now we're walking down? I'm like, I didn't notice, but yeah, I guess it's on the water, unlike the rest of them. But yeah, probably the lowest on the rung of the group. Thus they don't have a table and they just have the $3 Stadium Crowd. So probably bottom of the barrel, but. If you want
nice
$3 creep chaps, yeah.
You're gonna go.
Have a little setup there, little counter, big sign, free beer. You just, it was fine.
Okay, very good. And so, where else did you guys actually play? I know you told us where you started to play and didn't play, but where else did you actually get on the craps table? So you had to go
played
for
Treasure
like
Bay.
Treasure Bay,
$5. We played. I think, what was it? I don't know. We usually did a morning and evening session every day. Usually we did that every day, and then others would fill in other spots. But I can't remember the days. I'd have to look through my notes. But I know we played at the Hard Rock as a group. Mm-hmm. We played at the Boomtown Stadium. We played at the Palace Casino as a group. We did not play at IP. They're a Boyd property. They're actually the ones who were not grandfathering people in. Okay. And we kind of...
That's where you flexed.
Yeah, some there were some club members staying there, and I think they played there a little bit, but for the most part, we kind of boycotted the IP. And then, technically not in Biloxi, but right across the bay from the IP was the Scarlet Pearl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've never been there either.
And we played there.
What'd you think of that casino? You like that one?
I think for many of us, actually, we would have voted it as the number one spot, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they, it's a beautiful, it's not huge. It's decent size. It's very pretty inside. The Beau Rivage is just a beautiful property, MGM property.
Yeah.
they're big, they're beautiful, and they know it, right? So they're a little upper class, better restaurants, and so they can do $15, $25 tables. We didn't play there as a group, and half of the tables were crapless there. And actually, the very first day, they had 7 tables. They removed 2 tables. So I don't know if it was temporary or if that's permanent, but they went from 7 to 5 dice tables on the Monday we were there. So
oh wow, maybe they were changing the felt or something.
Maybe you would think they would just leave the table there and change it, but the whole tables were pulled out, ripped out, and so now there's a big hole with stanchions there. But anyway, back to the Scarlet Pearl is probably just as nice, but not as kind of like big. But the crew, so you had some, I'd say overall, the dealers in Biloxi are grumpy.
Grumpy.
Not player friendly, pretty grumpy. At the Pearl was a completely different experience, and the couple times that I was there, very good dealing, very friendly. I mean, the boxman, there was this one instance, I forget who it was, maybe Ken or Jeff or someone was, they were needing the 11 for the tall.
Okay.
And I think he had like a hardway set or something like that. And the boxman gave him advice. He goes, well, because he was a dice setter, but the boxman gave him some advice. He goes, you know what? Do some cross sixes, which is like the 6s lined up and they kind of perpendicular. Perpendicular. Right. And so he goes, okay. So he set him, threw it, bam, hit the 11, and we all had a big chuckle about that because like, oh, okay, now we got the box man giving us dice setting advice and it works, right?
Yes.
So that was a big moment. But that's just kind of the instance that
playful
they were having a good time with us. Yeah. They were having fun.
And y'all were probably tipping.
Yeah. And it was good. The Hard Rock, boy, I actually quit early just because some dealer, he just complains about how people play, like telling them that's not a good bet, like that's a terrible bet, you should do this or that or the other. I mean, just weird stuff. Like what do you care for one and for two? I don't know. We just encountered kind of that quite a bit. I was actually surprised, and maybe it had to do with maybe they had a long weekend, and it was busy on spring break for the weekend.
Or maybe you get the B team on
these are these are the weekday morning crews, right? So they're already I don't know. So it is what it is. But overall, I would say a little disappointed in the service of the dealers, except for at the Scarlet Pearl. I think someone else said the Golden Nugget was pretty decent as far as dealing went as well, but I didn't play at the Golden Nugget.
Okay.
So
what did you work any activities in with anybody, or did y'all do anything, or just maybe go eat and hang out, or what?
Yeah, just kind of eating. I know, like the one time we played at the Palace, right? They would do. They had an amazing buffet there, and like if you play for 20 minutes, you get half off the buffet.
Okay.
And then between that and my comp points, it's like they said, "Oh, your buffet's $3 now." I'm like, "Oh, wow, okay."
There you go.
And it was a great buffet. So yeah, we do things like that, get together and eat and stuff like that. So
very good, very good.
And if you want, let's see, I could break down casino by casino if anyone cares.
Yeah, let's hear it, because I know sincerity's your most important thing. So let's hear about how well you did there, because I'm sure you could break it down.
I could go win and loss too. Let's see. Let me break down the casinos first, and then. So the Beau Rivage I mentioned, 7 tables pulled down to 5. They had 10. I think pretty much, unless I see otherwise, everyone had 10 times odds. Beau Rivage had the Boomer Bus, which is just a renamed All Tall Small.
Yeah, ATS.
No one had the good payouts, so they had the lower 150. Yeah. The Beau Rivage did have a 5,000 max bet, which is fine, which is good. But again, the tables were $15.25. Treasure Bay gave us $5 tables, but they're normally $10. Mm-hmm. Beau Rivage also triple in the field. I think they were the only one.
I was going to ask you that, because I remembered them being triple in the field. I can't remember if it was the 2 or the 12. Do you remember?
The 12, but they were the only ones in town.
Okay.
So, which surprised me because a lot of the rules in Biloxi are really good, except for they have lower payouts on the all tall small, which most of them had. And then they all only had double in the field, which is, there's a lot of Vegas mid-strip casinos that have triple. But anyway, the good rule of thumb is they all auto buy the 4 and 10, as far as I know. I'm pretty sure.
I think that was what the case was at Beau Rivage. I can't speak to the other ones, but I do remember.
Yeah, I checked in multiple, and then when we talked to the pit at Treasure Bay, this is what they said. And then the 5 and 9, also you can buy that bet, which is a good bet if the vig is on the win only.
On the backside, yeah.
On the backside. So at that point, you would want to buy the bet. So all the casinos did that, except for Treasure Bay. For some reason, they put the vig on the front, which at that point it makes no sense. It's no, you don't buy it if the vig's on front on the 5 and 9. It's just mathematically a bad bet. So I'm not sure why they did that, but everyone else in town, the vig's on the win. So yeah, it's very interesting. So some of the guys were having to do a little extra math because you're buying the 5 and 9, and so you're getting paid true odds minus the vig. So normally you would do a $25 bet, right, on a 5 or 9. You would want to make it divisible by 2 because it pays 3 to 2. So you either go to 24 or 26 or 30, right, or stay down at 20. But so that was a little different, but that's a really good rule, and they auto buy the 4 and 10, and then you can actually buy the 5 and 9. So it makes a little difference. Moving on, Treasure Bay, 10 times odd. They only had a 300 max, so again, kind of a low tier casino. Hard Rock, they have 4 tables, 1 crapless. They allowed a 5,000 max bet. They did not have side bets at the Hard Rock. The Harrah's only had 2 tables. They only ever had 1 open when I was there.
Crapless, I bet.
Sunday night and was crapless. Yeah,
that made me mad when they flew me in. They did that to me. I flew in specifically to play there, and I told the people, I said that's not my game, and I got mad.
It's not craps. Yeah.
Yeah, and I went over and I said I went over to Golden Nugget, and it worked out because then I was able to get comps for DiceCon over at the Golden Nugget.
There you go. Nice. I just wanted to shout this out. $2 super chat from Come Out Roll 711. Great name, by the way. Hello, guys. Sorry I missed the start.
Hey.
$15 table. It was only ever, even on Sunday night when I got in, Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, it was they only had the 1 table and it was only crapless. They never opened the standard one.
Yeah, I hated that. That.
Yeah, they had the Boomer Bust, and they also had the Hardways all day bet there, I guess being a Harris. So Boomtown, we already kind of talked about with the Stadium Craps. The Gold Nugget would do $10 tables in the evening. They'd go to 15, but their max bet was $2,500. Oh, the Gold Nugget also had triple in the field.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was a pretty nice casino there. The interesting about it is, like all of these, they were like Vegas qualities, but just a little bit smaller, like more condensed. So it's like smaller version. It was interesting. Palace, 2 tables, $10 to $2,000 was the spread.
Both of them regular craps.
Yep.
Okay.
10 times odds, double in the field. Non-smoking. They're again, we mentioned they're the only non-smoking. And the Pearl, or the Scarlet Pearl, just across the bay, I think it's called D'Albertville. They have an apostrophe in the name.
Okay.
I think that's how you say it, but technically not in Biloxi. I think that's where I would vote as far as niceness and craps rules, craps dealers. I would probably give them the nod there as far as my top pick. And then the IP, I just kind of walked through. They had 3 tables. One was open, or only one was open. They had a standard. They had a crapless. Their spread was 10 to 5,000, and they actually had the highest odds. They'd allow you to do 20 times odds there at the IP casino, the Boyd property.
Did anybody take advantage of those 20-time odds?
I didn't hear anyone do it, but Maybe it's possible.
Yeah. It's the best bet in the casino.
It is the best bet.
Yeah, that's what they tell me.
Get your money on that thing.
Yeah.
So you want to know how I did?
Yeah. Well, normally when you go on the cruise, everybody wants to know. But yeah, let's hear how you did there.
Come Out Roll asks, where is the lowest minimum bet? $10 almost everywhere. This is weekdays because we did our meetup Monday through Wednesday. $10, but when we asked the what did I mention? What was the name of it? Treasure Bay gave us $5 game. So. Yeah.
That was the cheapest.
I was a little surprised. I thought there would be multiple $5 tables, there like on a Monday, but there wasn't. I mean, there's more $5 tables here in Vegas.
Was it crowded or not really?
No.
Never
a problem to get spots on the table and just
okay.
I don't know. Let's see. Lose. I did not have one winning craps session.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
My timing was bad. It was like,
somebody just hit the ATS.
I'm waving the white flag, but I'm still going to hang out. And then the next 3 rollers, rolled 20 rolls. I'm like, I would have won all back my money plus some. Or I just, you come up, the guys at the Hard Rock, oh, you just missed it, a 57 roll, stuff like that. And meanwhile, like my timing was like, 4 rolls and a cloud of dust. But I usually cut my losses I played usually 2+ hours every time. So I hung in there and battled.
So what was your strategies? Can you share a little bit about that? How did you play?
Different stuff. Mostly I'd play like the 6 and 8 and some come bets.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I'd convert them to place bets.
Too. Yeah, you can lose that way too. Yeah, possible.
A little bit I did the cuss, the color up secret strategy, the lay 10 and inside. I played that sparingly. And at the $5 table, I just kind of did whatever, right? Just wing it because it doesn't matter that much. Yeah, exactly. So Treasure Bay first session lost $50. Hard Rock, I cut out early, so it says here I only played an hour and a half. I'm surprised I did that long. Their attitude stunk. I lost $50. Nice round numbers here. Another session at Treasure Bay, I lost 100. Palace, I lost 95. Finally had my first win, $5 free play on a slot machine. I won $58.
Woo!
Yeah. The Boomtown Stadium, which I don't count as craps. I don't know why, but at Stadium Craps, I won $33.
But that counts.
I mean, I guess we are throwing real dice, but it's not like a real table, so I didn't count it as a win. My normal buy-in for this trip was like $300-400, depending on what I had in the pocket. So the Pearl, I loved it. I lost $75 after a few hours. Boomtown, I went back. I guess I lost another $40. And then the night when I finished up in Harris, I was playing with another club member who was just kind of going to piddle around on some slots. I stuck in $20. Not any line hits. I just kind of played one of those old school ones where the 3 reels.
Okay.
Nothing until I was like down to $5, and then it hit, and it paid me out like $120.
There you go.
My biggest win was on a slot. So,
counts,
but yeah, the craps didn't work. But yeah, there was a couple guys that I know they had like a $1,500 win and like a $600 win. There were winning sessions. I just I was at the wrong place, the wrong time, and it wasn't me. So, yeah, full transparency. Jeremy was a big loser. And I know some people are saying Jeremy's a big loser, period. But yeah, I was a big loser. Yeah, not in my face, just behind my back. But didn't not bad. I mean, my total loss.
For as long as you played
1, 2, 3,
time, losing $50 here and
4.
There. That's really good.
I think I lost maybe 400 or so, and then with my slot wins, probably only 300 total, but not a big dent on the financial wallet. So that's fine. I had a great time for $300 worth of entertainment. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Well worth it.
Yeah. And I finally figured out, I think, who Come Out Roll 711 is by looking at the dice. I think that's our buddy Burnt Thumbs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a.k.a. Paul. Yeah, I recognize the dice. If you're still out there, Come Out Roll 711. Can you confirm by thumbs up?
Oh, the same icon thing?
Icon on there.
Oh,
If you're still out there, give me a thumbs up or something.
Dan Harding said, at least you left with a free cruise certificate, right? Oh, wait. No,
Well,
not that trip.
Now, let's ask. Did you get cards and play at the thing?
Well, the Hard Rock I did not.
Mm-hmm.
And I found out, so they're a completely independent Hard Rock. There's only, they license the name, obviously, but they're a standalone, which is fine. I'm not going back there.
Right.
Treasure Bay, I got a card and played. Palace, I got a card and played. Boomtown, I did not because they,
Stadium, right?
It was just Stadium Craps.
Yeah.
Was really going to get points, and they're owned by someone I already have a card for.
Okay.
Got a card at Scarlet Pearl, so we'll see. Harrah's, I didn't play there for slots, so I don't. Caesar's property.
Yeah.
Who else am I missing?
Nugget.
Gold Nugget, I didn't play, so
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you could have.
And I have a card there, but
yeah, you're already part of their system.
Right. But I mean, I guess if I would have played there, I would have, shown some things. So we'll see if the Scarlet
cruise
Pearl
offers and all those
sent me anything to come back. So usually most casinos are pretty generous on your first visit to get you back for the second time.
Mm-hmm.
And if the second time you don't play much, your offers drop quick. But usually most casinos are pretty generous for your first visit. So we'll see.
Okay. And
but I would definitely go back to Biloxi. Yeah,
Biloxi's nice.
It was a great time.
I love it. Yeah, and it's great.
I wish my wife came with me.
Yes,
I think she would have enjoyed it.
When I went with my wife both times, or actually, I think we've been 4 times. Twice at Biloxi and twice at the other one, and twice not Biloxi, twice at Beau Rivage, and twice over at Harrah's. And we went in with the flight offers, and they fly you in, and oh man, it was awesome. But,
and then you found out it was crapless craps, and I had to go play at the Nugget.
And then I just got mad on that. I was furious on there. But Come Out Roll 7. What I was referring to, if you are indeed also known as Burnt Thumbs in another community, because you have the same icon in your thing. That's what I was referring to. So let's see if that is indeed the same person. But anyway, so
that's the breakdown of all the casinos. That I had basically overall losing sessions, but had a good time. Yeah. Okay. Just found the picture off of Google, I guess.
Yeah, no worries. So overall, you did hear some winning sessions. You said, and so that was good for the other folks. And
yeah.
Any other entertainment? Did I mentioned to you before? They had if you go down the other end of the highway, away from the casinos, what was it called? It said Presidential Library, and I was like, what? And Bonnie and I went on over there, and it was a presidential library, just not a president of the United States of America.
Yeah.
But I did find that rather interesting with all the history, and he has a connection to being up here after the war, being in jail up at Fort Monroe.
No, I would have liked to, but I really didn't do anything. I was basically, when I took breaks and had free time, wasn't hanging out with people, I'd like sneak back to the hotel and take a nap. I was still... I never really got adjusted to the time and stuff, but definitely on the trip back, I want to do some of those things there. So,
yeah, and plus you're there when you're there with a group and everything, and you're like Mr. Color Up. You're kind of trying to connect with the people who have made the trip to come hang out. So totally understand that as well. And then I guess you flew back out of New Orleans. How were the TSA lines?
I didn't have an issue when I left in Vegas.
Okay.
I mean, I did get stuck for quite a while in Dallas, but I didn't have to go through TSA line, so I couldn't speak to that.
Okay.
Just all the flights were full, and I was flying standby. And then actually on the way back out on Wednesday, 10 people in line.
Really? Because
there was not. Yeah, I know. I'm seeing all these reports and stuff, but at least that timing or whatever, there was no one there, and it moved right through. I will say in Vegas there wasn't much of a line when I was leaving. I mean, there were maybe 100 people, which isn't bad, but it was not moving. Like we spent like 45 minutes just because I think at that point they were kind of slow walking everyone through, which is kind of like a working strike, right? Mm-hmm. They just were taking their sweet old time. So normally 100 people would move through there in minutes, and it took a good 45 minutes.
Well, they've gone a few weeks without their paychecks.
Yeah. Too. I mean, yeah, and so I'm not gonna fault them or whatever. I know they were saying that a certain number had quit because they're supposed to get their back pay if they don't call in. Is kind of the rule of thumb.
Okay.
So, but if you go so long, people are like, I can get, it's not like a high paying career. Mm-hmm. So they move on, I guess. And so they're understaffed in certain situations. And some they're like, maybe doing a walking strike to kind of cause a little disruption. Hopefully they can get some attention and get paid like they deserve. Up. Yeah. So, but on the way back, it was smooth sailing out of New Orleans at least. And then I think more and more, that kind of stuff's coming out as far as everywhere being packed, but didn't really affect me much.
Okay. So good company, good food, good times, just not a lot of good money.
I ate at the, one of the times I ate at Waffle House.
Oh yeah, how was your cultural experience?
It was fine. The interesting thing was, we're on a peninsula that's like 2 miles wide, and you could see them within eyesight. Yeah. Multiple, I don't know. There's like 6 Waffle Houses. I mean, it's worse than McDonald's, on seemingly multiple corners, right?
Yeah.
Waffle Houses were everywhere there. So I'm like, I think I've been at the other one. Isn't there a big competing? There's Waffle House and there's is it IHOP or
no? IHOP, Denny's. Those are kind of like the same thing.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, but that was my first time going to to Waffle House. I'm like, I got to go to. Apparently, they love them down here because they're everywhere.
Oh yeah, they're fun.
They're fine.
Yeah, they're fine.
Like some burgers, some chicken things, and then waffles. I didn't get a waffle, but
you get a few internet videos out there that go viral about some fighting and breaking down,
some excitement.
Yeah, I mean it could happen anywhere, right?
Right.
So, but Waffle House and IHOP and all that good stuff. So good food, good fun, and then I guess you're busy now trying to put your focus forward toward DiceCon, I guess, right? For the big meetup. Yeah,
that'll be the next big event. Most everything's nailed down. Still going back and forth on a few things before I can get my all the details up on a web page and then start selling tickets to it.
Yeah, I was going to say because last time
reservations.
When I looked at the page, they didn't have anything available for tickets for the club members yet. So
yeah, not yet. Thank you for the super chat, Paul Andrews.
Oh yeah. Hey, and he's laughing. That is him. I knew it was him.
Wait, he can't be because he's got a different.
No. He said LOL correct. So he said Where is it at?
Well, how is he in it? 2 different. Oh, he has 2 different logins and he's talking out of both.
I guess so. I don't know.
Maybe he's on 2 different devices. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Maybe he's on his phone or something, but. Yeah, I was like, it definitely is. So,
you try to pull a fast one on you?
Yeah, he's not being. I have that ingrained in my psyche when I see that. He's one of our good dealers for when we used to have the club tournaments all the time, and he would just plow ahead and go through it. But yeah, he's one of the good guys, and often I think he's been to every DiceCon if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Yeah, so he's one of the guys who've been there every year. And he comes out from the East Coast like me, so it's there's some sacrifice involved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, He says it wasn't me, but there's $2 anyway. Yeah,
See,
right.
I don't know what to think. Yeah, I didn't. But anyway, yeah. So it's all ahead with DiceCon, getting reserve tables lined up, getting the closing event, opening event, mid event. Mm-hmm. Similar format, Monday through Wednesday, to try to keep hotel prices down, table limits down, that sort of thing. I'm trying to be thoughtful of those coming in. And we have a great time. So that's kind of the next big thing on my calendar.
No cruises between now and then?
Oh, I didn't say that.
I've got one in 2 weeks. So.
Yeah, same. In mid-April, I got one.
Okay, where are you going on that one?
West Mexico.
And going out of?
Los Angeles.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I did get, let me see, do I have them up here? I must have moved them over there. I got some, I don't know if it's geopolitical forces that are taking place, but I got some royal offers. You know how you get the monthly cards that you get. And this one said, hey, great news if you want. And it gave me all these dates, and they were, 7 nights. And they said, hey, look, here's a room for you and your companion, and then for your friends, here's another room. So I could get 2 rooms on 7 nights. Have you gotten any of those?
Yeah, a couple here and there.
Yeah, that was the first time I've gotten one of those from Royal. But I'll be heading out on. We're going to be trying out MSC for the first time. So we're doing that, and we'll be going to Belize and a couple of Mexico stops on there. But
Dan says his is in 2 weeks. Going out of San Juan. San Juan has a really cool itinerary, and we had that one booked, and I had to cancel it because I don't know, one of my kids we had a change up, but we had that one booked and was looking forward to it.
They go to that island where the planes come in and fly in off the right off the beach there.
I know another one has that because I've been there before and I haven't gone out of San Juan, but
not San Juan. It's
No, I understand. Yeah.
Okay. But you've gone out of San Juan.
I've been out of there. I haven't been out of San Juan is what I'm saying. But I've been out of a different port that stopped where the airplanes just land in.
Oh, cool.
So it's not exclusive to that San Juan departure.
Right.
But San Juan, I think they usually get a lot further in South America, which is cooler. Mm-hmm. So there's some spots that I want to hit with it. So
yeah, that's the one.
Mahu Beach and St. Martin. Yeah,
that's exactly it. Yeah, in fact, that's one of the ones we were talking about after DiceCon possibly doing a cruise, and I was thinking about Alaska, and then Brian jumped in. I haven't spoken back with him yet, but one of our friends grew up in Puerto Rico, and she goes every summer to visit her family, and we were thinking about maybe doing that with my annual cruise certificate that I'll be getting in a couple of weeks. So
we got some cruisers. We got Paradise saying April 3rd through 17, also on Navigator. So I don't give away my dates publicly. That's only for club members, but you could figure it out.
Probably figure it out.
That I'm just going to miss you, Paradise, because I am on that ship.
Very good.
Because usually Quantum and Navigator is going out of LA.
Oh my gosh, we got
people coming across the pond even.
Yeah, celebrity there. Patty.
We're doing very good, Patty. Thank you.
Yes. Awesome. And I don't know when that guy sleeps because it's got to be, oh God, late. I know he's in the restaurant/pub industry, so it's probably late hours anyway. But
I think it's not too late. I think it's plus 8 hours over there maybe. So it's like, for me, might be 1, 2 in the morning. Closing time. I don't know.
Maybe.
Nearly 1 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's not terrible. It's just a little after midnight. No big deal.
They're just getting started over there, man. Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah. He's a Liverpool fan, too, so I know he's hurting on that after the EPL. EPL is getting down to the nitty-gritty, Jeremy.
I have no idea which Premier League?
Yeah,
Eastern
English,
Premier?
English Premier.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's getting down to nitty-gritty.
Here in America, we watch March Madness men's college basketball. Jim.
What I'm telling you, it's getting down to the nitty-gritty. One of the big six, Tottenham Hotspurs, is 1 point away from being relegated. And this
was that a city? A team? What did you just say?
That's a team. It's one of the big six teams.
Toddy Hottie? What did you say?
No, Tottenham.
Tottenham. Okay. Is that English?
Yes.
Oh yeah, because you said English Premier League.
Yeah, yeah, and they play in the big giant stadium in London.
So it's not European. It's just English you're talking about.
Yeah, it's
just England. One country's professional league.
That's right, but it's the biggest league and the most expensive league in the world.
They're the big. Okay.
Yeah, they're the big dogs.
Is it more important than the World Cup, or that's like a different situation?
No.
That's like Olympics type
that's
thing.
It's different
Okay.
thing over there. Apples and oranges over there.
England's such a little country though, and they have like the best, huh?
But they have the big checks, and they come in from all over the place. All over the place. Hey, you got somebody who was there. Who was?
I don't recognize the YouTube screen name, but
that's the problem with the thing.
Yeah, you got YouTube screen names. You got community,
it's
real names. But I'm glad you had a good time.
Guru, the Texan guru, so you maybe can figure it out.
With Texan, our Texan,
or maybe the tax
must have been
guru.
G Money.
Could be tax.
No,
tax
I
guru.
think it's G Money from Texas. They're from Houston area. It's got to be G Money in the Discord.
Yeah. Paradise Cruising, gotcha. You can come out solo. And who was this one? Great Trip, Guitar Gary, right? That's got to be Guitar Gary.
Is that? I don't know. I just know Gary is Gary. I don't really know his last name, but yeah, it must be.
I'm guessing because, like I said, I'm not a smart man, Jenny, but I usually get 2 and 2 and 4. So yeah, looks like
Paradise. I don't think I could do 2 back to back at this point. So
it's
any other questions? Because I think I covered everything. I don't think I left anything out.
No. It is Guitar Gary. See,
there we go.
Right. Hey, there was a picture of a guy with you and Jeff, and there was another gentleman there I did not recognize, the club member. He has a beard.
Yeah, that's G Money on Discord. His son came out.
Okay, G Money's son. All right, very good.
Yeah, so his it was his first time gambling, and it sounds like he had a great time. He was telling me, "Oh, craps, I think is the game," and I'm like, "Yeah, it is.
It is the game."
But yeah, he had a couple losing sessions first, but I think he ended up the trip really well and had a couple winning sessions. And unfortunately, I think we may have created a monster, and he's hooked a little bit. Young man, 22 maybe, I don't know, a younger guy, but had a good time, I think, and enjoyed the gambling on the dice. So yeah, but yeah, that was one of the club members' sons came out.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of good pictures with him on there. So excellent.
21. Yeah, so that must be G Money. So yeah. And I get for his job, he travels. He was telling me, and he was like, "Well, now I think I know what I'll do because there's everywhere I travel, there's usually a casino in town, because they're pretty much everywhere in America." He does a lot of traveling for work, and he's like, "So I'll probably, be stopping in here or there to play craps." Like, okay. Be careful, but he's read some good books. He read the Dice Doctor book, so that's a good foundation. And he seemed to have a good head on his shoulder, and he'll be fine. But I'm glad he had a good time.
Bad bets. Right?
No, he stayed away from this interaction. He did just fine. I think he'll be a good player.
Well, that's awesome. Well, anything else you could think of before we wrap this thing up? I'm surprised we were able to go almost an hour with this thing, Jeremy. Anything else on your mind that we need to get out there?
Let's see. Get some working on multiple editings.
Got some videos coming out. We got
as always.
Two coming out this week too.
Yeah. What I'm going to try to do is get the Biloxi. I did film there, so I'm probably going to try to get the recap edited, and hopefully I can get that out to you guys Thursday. So I'll bump a video if I can get it done in time. Okay. And I'll put that out as my Thursday release. So awesome. Maybe people will kind of dig that. Basically, I cover what we covered here tonight, and it'll have a little B-roll with it, so you'll have a little visual idea of what stuff looks like as well. But overall, great trip. Mm-hmm. I like the city. It's a little more spread out than I would say like
downtown Vegas.
Well, for sure. Fremont Street, Vegas, they're literally, it's like a shopping mall. You walk out one door, walk in another door, and you're in another casino. So Fremont Street is amazing, right? And Vegas Strip obviously is great, but it looks like a next door, but it's 30-minute walk. Black Hawk, Colorado probably has a similar amount of casinos, 9, 10, somewhere in there, but they're more easily walkable next door to each other. Clustered.
Yeah.
But on the other side of it, there's nothing else there. Like there's no restaurants, there's no shopping, there's no town, there's nothing but cluster of casinos and slot parlors.
And drug dispensaries, right?
A couple pot dispensaries.
Pot dispensaries or whatever. But that was it when they told me that when I went there. And I was like, no, there's got to be a gas station or something.
Nah.
No, there's not.
There was nothing there. No. So if you're a gambler, you love it. If your wife doesn't gamble, she's not going to love Black Hawk as much, right? I mean, they have a couple restaurants that are inside of some of the nicer casinos, but for the most part, there is nothing there. So Biloxi, a little more spread out, but I would say it's kind of like Reno. It's a town that happens to have clusters of casinos throughout, but it still more has a town feel. Reno's, I haven't checked the stats, but I would say it's probably definitely bigger. There's a lot bigger town than Biloxi, but Biloxi is a little smaller, more quaint clusters throughout. But again, beautiful beach area, so
friendly.
Yeah, very. Yeah, everyone's very friendly and says hi. Except for the dealers who. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. Dan told me to look out on those.
St. Louis has 6 area casinos. I've been to St. Louis before. Interesting thing about that area, the majority of all the tables are crapless. At least that was my experience when I went. Like there would be casinos with 6 tables and 4 or 5 of them would be crapless and full, and no one plays the standard. So and my wife's actually flying out of St. Louis today. So she took some pictures of, hey, what about this casino? What about this casino? Okay. Which she usually does. But St. Louis is a spot.
Could be a next meetup spot. Yeah.
St. Louis, Atlantic City. I guess what's the one up in North Dakota? Could be an option. I think there's only 3 or 4 and usually only have one table.
What is the name of that place?
But it's a really cool spot. Deadwood.
Well, it's not Dead. It's Deadwood.
Yeah, they have you walk down the row of cowboy type saloons. It's kind of fun. Someone tells me Chicago has a lot. I don't know. Of course, I don't really want to play $25 tables either. But did you go to Gulfport?
That's where the airport is in Gulfport.
No. And I guess, so I went to Biloxi casinos and then across the bay in D'Albertville. But I know there are casinos also scattered throughout that area, that Gulfport, Biloxi area, but I didn't go to anything else. So, yeah, Lake Tahoe, which, I would kind of throw in with Reno, I guess, but it is 45-minute drive away from Reno. And they have 4 casinos up there.
What else did I have up here? I saw one I was going to say. They said to look out. Dan said look out on those 2-room offers. He says, and they add $100 fee per room on that offer. So I didn't realize that. So, yeah, I got to check the fine print, Dan. And that's what I love about this.
Burnt Thumb says his super chat was a vote for AC. Which is fair because that area of the country gets underrepresented probably because we always have these Vegas meetups, but
but I don't think you're going to find any $10 tables there.
No. I have heard Oceans will sometimes do a morning 10, so it would definitely be one of those things where, hey guys, we're going to meet up in Atlantic City, be prepared for at least $15 tables, which in our club is made up of all different people, right? We've got a lot of $5 player. We got $25 players.
We got the big dogs.
We got $50 players. So the club is not whatever.
It's diverse.
Just, you hear it from me a lot because I'm a cheapskate and I like 5 and 10, but certainly other people are more comfortable with other things.
Quad Cities, where's that? Which one's that? Oh, sorry, you did that one. I was clicking on this one here. Quad Cities has 4. Which one's the Quad Cities? You know that?
Is that
anybody?
I don't know. Let's see. Columbus, Ohio, they usually have just the crapless open and regular close. That's sad. Yeah, Ohio's Ohio's where I'm from, so their state said, hey, the major cities could have one, so they're all spread out. It's like Toledo, Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati. Yeah, all have one casino. Is the Columbus still the Horseshoe Casino? I can't remember. Okay, so Treasure Bay is technically in Gulfport. Is that because we did go to Treasure Bay? I thought that was still in Biloxi, or unless that's a different Treasure Bay. But yeah, they gave us $5 game. The placards usually said 10, but we said, hey, can we play 5? And
Iowa, Illinois border. That's what they're saying.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Might be worth a look. There are spots that have clusters. Mm-hmm. Dan says you will find $10 tables in AC during the week.
Really? Okay. Did not know that.
Ohio's always 25 even on Tuesday. Can you imagine? Only $25 crapless tables. That's no.
Not going to be me. Yeah. But I mean, I'd maybe go hang out with people, but
we're getting history lessons here.
Yeah, let's see.
Despite the name, there are 5 cities that make up quad cities.
Davenport, Iowa, Bettendorf, Iowa, Rock Island, Illinois, Moline, I guess. Moline. Illinois East, Moline, and Illinois. So
if they have 4 casinos, are they like 10 minutes away? Are they walkable? Like what are we talking here?
Paradise Cruising says Columbus is Hollywood.
Oops.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead and click yours again. Sorry.
Yeah, no competition. Yeah, yeah, that's what stinks about some of those places. They thought it'd be good for the customer, but it's not. It's not.
Yeah, it's a shame. Now in Virginia here, we've got casinos popping up all over.
That might help, right? That might help.
But they're not exactly close to each other, with the exception of one that's already there in Portsmouth, Virginia, and the other one in Norfolk is it's going to be about a 5-minute ride on the highway, and you get off a couple exit underneath the tunnel. But that casino is going to be in a really not very good spot as far as drivable for cars and parking and stuff. They're going to have to really work that. But they do have the temporary casino open, but it's just, I think it's 111 or 123 slot machines in there. But they're building feverishly on it. And then we'll have 2 in the Virginia Beach, Norfolk area. They just opened up one outside of Richmond. We've got one in Danville, which is the Caesars property. And then
are these tribal casinos only, or are they just standard?
No, because the Rivers one isn't. I think the one in Danville has something to do with the Cherokee people over there, but it's a Caesars property. Mm-hmm. The one in Norfolk supposedly is going to be part of the Pamunkey other one there. Yeah,
the only reason I asked is because sometimes that's what limits the location, right? Because it has to be on tribal land, so it just depends on where they.
Yeah, I don't think they can. I mean, technically, anywhere in Virginia, they can probably say it was always a tribal land or something. But you can probably say that about a lot of places. But
yeah,
it
just depends on what the rules have and the packs they have with this.
When they put it up for a vote, when they say where it's going to be on there. In a non-casino question, Shep was asking, when are they going to finish that other tunnel? Oh my God, it's ugly. They built another island for it. I want to say 2028, 2028 is the last I heard. I could look it up real quick, I guess. But
don't all construction projects go over anyway?
Oh yeah. They were supposed to be done a while ago, but yeah, they're always doing that. And then so we'll see what happens with those guys. And then they're building on the Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel. They're building a new tunnel over there also. So, yeah, tunnels going up all over the place. We have a lot of tunnels in our area because we don't ever want somebody to blow up a bridge, and then trap the world's largest naval base in their fleet with all the aircraft carriers. I think we have 5 home ported here, 4 or 5.
But can't you blow up a tunnel?
Yeah, but Jeremy, the whole point of the tunnel is it's underneath the water,
and all the boats float on top.
Yeah, they usually go on
they can
top.
Still no problems to get through.
Yeah, right. So that's the whole idea. That's why our area has a very high density of tunnels in there. But
so is Elon Well, no, I guess it's just
No,
in the water. It's not all the way. He's boring through the ground.
Yeah, Elon's got a different approach, and he's tearing it up in Tennessee right now. I don't know if you knew that, but the boring company is boring in Tennessee. So,
the buffet at Treasure Bay. I only had breakfast there. I didn't really have the buffet. It was small. It was like barely. It was.
Was it Waffle House quality, Jeremy? That's what the people want to know.
Not Waffle House quality. I'm thinking like it was a little bit better than like a hotel buffet. You know what I mean? So I didn't really have their buffet, and I didn't go in the Blue Den. But the Palace buffet, they advertise everywhere, the best in town. Mm-hmm. I haven't eaten everywhere in town, but it was a very good buffet. I mean, probably better than any buffet that I had in Reno, and I did a lot of buffets in Reno. Very good. Very good. Yeah. They had a big dessert thing that I wanted to try everything, and I only got I tried 2 little pies. I only made it through half of them, but they had so much good food and stuff. So
excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. And then we got some clarification here that they're side by side. Everything is within driving distance. There's one big city is what they consider it. Just say Gulf Coast or the coast. So there we go. So glad to have a local's perspective on that, or at least a Mississippian's perspective on what they call it. But
I think that's it. That's my report. And again, I'll try to get kind of the video version of that out.
Is that going to be public for YouTube?
Yeah, it'll be. I'll just put it out on YouTube.
Okay,
so.
Very good. Okay, that's awesome.
So yeah, that's it. And anything else you want to add? Any last questions?
No. I'm glad we got this whole.
Sorry you missed this one. But
yeah, it's okay. I'm looking forward to DiceCon. I've been picking up a lot of cans.
There you go.
So that's my ATS money.
Cash for craps, right?
No,
is that what do you call it?
Trash to cash.
Trash to cash.
Yeah,
for your
I turn
ATS.
The trash into cash, and then I use that cash to play on the ATS.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just came up with something. Cans for craps.
Yeah.
It's not the same ring as trash for cash.
No, or
but
cans for cancer sounds a lot
better. Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Well, we'll work on it. I don't know. We'll see.
All right, Jim. Thank you, everyone, for stopping in, saying hello. And I know it looks like a couple people that joined me in Biloxi popped on. So appreciate that. And should be joining the interstates, visiting all the casinos along the way. Yeah, the casino road trip might be a whole series, right? So, anyway, Biloxi was good. Next stop is DiceCon, I guess. Next big thing on my agenda and calendar. But we'll probably see you next week for another Color Up podcast with me and Jim. Until next time, adios. Good luck on coloring up.